that Conehead shirt. Well, I'm sitting here at my tiki bar, but I ain't seen the sun all day. There's a storm out there, but I don't care. Yeah, I've got Mike's weather page. Never go down. Okay. Mike's weather page. You know you were tracking every move it makes. You know it's Mike's weather page. You know he won't let us all get blown away. Is it just me or is there spinach over here? There's spaghetti models and empty rum bottles, and sometimes Louis says hi. Hey, Louis. But you don't get no hurries and don't have no worries, cause we're drunk donkey nationwide. Everybody now. Mike's weather page. You know he'll be tracking every move that makes. You know it's Mike's weather page. You know he won't let us all get blown away. Did I ever tell you the story of the drunk donkey? Once upon a time, there was this weather woman. You can come as a pilot, you stay kind of quiet, but you know you love watching Mike's page. So put your Conehead shirt on, watch it live on your phone, and drink drunk donkey beer all day. You go down Mike's weather page. You know he'll be tracking every move that makes. You know it's Mike's weather page. You know he won't let us all get blown away. Is that Blobby Bobby? I think that's Juicy Jerry. Yeah, Mike, throw a party, man.
What's up, everybody? Boom! How you doing? What's up? It's Friday. I just attempted to comb my hair. That's why I'm looking at it. I don't think I did a good job. Anyway, this is our Daily Brew. What's up? It's our Friday edition with our Jam and Tropics song. Let's see if I can comb my hair a little better. I didn't really do a good job today. Oh, well. Oh, we're looking at the Storm Chaser's headlight, One Eye Willie. One Eye Willie, our good old bow tie. Yeah, so what's going on? Good morning, friends from Bradenton. Lauren, that's my birthplace. I was born and raised in Bradenton for 5th grade. Morning, Miss Shelley Ross. How you doing? Shelley over there on the East Coast, helping behind the scenes. She loves softball weekends because she knows I'll be off the computer. Might not be. All right, so I posted a funny little picture last night. I love reading y'all's responses, by the way. My happy place. Where's your happy place? Anyway, getting some goodies for the weekend. As you know, our Daily Brew is a weekly, daily tradition here since 2016, and it's been sponsored by our great friends at ABC Fine Wine and Spirits for 5 years now. Can't thank them enough. We have become family to them. As of all of our supporters, we are family. So thank you, ABC. Thank you, everyone else. We'll mention a bunch as the show goes on. And we're going to say hello to some people. Hey, you know what, Shelly? Oh, we have no dog today, by the way. So we got this thing. I forgot I got this mailed to me years ago. The dogs are already on their way to their home away from home. But this was mailed from a fellow fan. We get stuff in the mail all the time. This is a little guy. I keep up there looking at me. So sometimes Louie and Hunter say hi. Not today. This little guy says hi. This is going to be Vince. We'll name this little guy Vince. Because we're probably going to have Vince, believe it or not. Believe it or not. All that post to me, quit talking about the tropics. It's over. Well, I expect a full apology. Maybe. Yeah, Louie and Hunter are on their way to their home away from home. So, there you go. Thanks, everybody, for reaching out to Kim yesterday. Our cruisers, we did really good. We were able to hang on to some cabins at that awesome low rate. So, we're going to start advertising a little bit more. This is when we get everybody excited about our Mike's Third Page cruise. So, there you go. New logo for this year. That's our picture from the ballroom, actually, inside the ship. We actually had a hurricane preparedness seminar on the ship. Can you believe that? On the ship with full presentation. It was awesome. Big, long Q&A afterwards. Shelly printed up some really good certificates that we have made up for everybody that they completed. And the group photo was fun, even though it was windy. What a memory that was, right? We were like on a hurricane, but they actually took the picture of most of our group was there. Probably 3/4 made it out there, but we have a lot of fun stuff planned. So it's in March. Hopefully you can make it. There's our current radar. We're going to talk about the weather. Say hello first. Mark Johnson, 20 days ago. You're welcome. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. I do love talking weather. Good morning, Teresa. Habanero's Dream. Now, listen, you would not believe what we might have cooking. Shelly, you didn't hear this one either. We might be doing a little holiday cruise. Now that Julie's semi-retired from Publix, 36 years, we might be going on a holiday cruise since she can get time off now that she couldn't get. So we might be going to guess where? Belize! Leaving out of Tampa. So, Shelly, that means if I forget my backpack, you have to drive all the way to Tampa. That happened, what, last year? Funniest story ever. I don't know what I was thinking. I left my laptop in the garage. We had all my computers, all our charging cables, everything. I was in complete panic mode. But Shelly saved the day at least, and we got, she gave me a tablet, and we were able to, and ironically, there was something that brewed in the tropics that day, or that week that we were on the cruise, and I was able to update the website, thankfully, because I didn't have anything with me. So, Shelly, that was a funny story. Did anybody catch the Country Music Awards? We taped it. Happy birthday, USMC. How about that? Yeah, Veterans Day is tomorrow. My local Oldsmar has an amazing ceremony here in Oldsmar. If you're in the area, they have a beautiful park, Veterans Park, tomorrow. I believe they're doing it tomorrow. So, very important day for America. But back to the Country Music Awards. We taped it and we watched a lot of it. Oh my God, what's that girl's name? Kelsey Ballerini or whatever. She's dating John B. Sorry, Shelly, don't be mad. We're just scoping it out for next time. It's not official though. That's the only one we could find actually that was actually leaving. But anyway, we love that girl. Oh my God! And then the tribute to Jimmy Buffett was phenomenal. Kenny Chesney, Mac McNally, Zach Brown, and Alan Jackson. What an amazing! I actually downloaded it today and put it to my playlist right here. I got my iPod. So if you caught it, it was really good. I loved it. So Anyway, so there's the rain. Let's talk a little weather. What's up, William Strong? What's up, Richard Reamer? Good morning, Renee. Thank you, Teresa, for the coffee and donuts. Ian Campbell watching Tropics, buddy, down there. I love the comments of I'm wasting my time posting about a spot we're going to talk about when we have people in Jamaica and the Caymans that rely on weather. I guess you guys don't count. I don't know. Cheryl, awesome. Thank you. We can't wait for you to join along. Katie, yes. Thank you to all our family who are veterans. Correct. My dad's a veteran. My dad was in the Air Force back in the Patrick's Air Force, Patrick's Air Force Base. So that was a lot of memories for him at the drinking beers with astronauts. All right, so let's talk about the weather real quick. We're going to say hi to a bunch of people. I just want to go into weather real quick. I do have a video I'm posting here. I'm really close to being finished. It was the tornado that we were caught in Idalia. I got all the footage. And I actually had the footage from inside the storm chaser as we were outside. So I'm figuring out a way to blend the two together. But I got some intense footage from that tornado that we were in Perry, which my buddy Dale Kindberg got a lot of damage from. He was actually out in the open when the tornado hit and shattered his windows and beat up his truck pretty bad. So watch for that here in a little bit. So here's the radar. So we got a frontal line. Lots of stuff brewing. That's a pretty solid rain map. What's going to be interesting is watching this front do this. We've been talking about this a lot. And when it pivots down, we're going to have something happening out here to bring extra rains and storms. And the Euros actually got it kind of going like that, which could bring some action to the East Coast all the way to next weekend. Maybe a little rain for Florida. Maybe signs of El Nino waking up. Maybe. Big picture, weathernerds.org. There's our juice. This is that leftover area that we watched kind of ended up sliding in here and hanging out. So there's a lot of uncertainty going on down here in the Caribbean. We're going to talk about that. I've been talking about it a long time. It's been shown, the models have been showing it, but water temperatures are still dang hot, like 84, 85. Pays to be a weather dude, because Julie was looking up things to do, and she saw tubing in one of the stops, and she says, oh, the water's probably too cold. I'm like, it's still in the 80s. Probably still be in the 80s down there. Talk about temperatures today. All right, so we got that frontal line. We are going to have record temperatures here in Florida. We got potential 90s for Interstate 4 south. 88 in Orlando today, close to 87 in Tampa. The rest of the frontal line showing up very well. High temperatures in the 50s here in the blue, 60s for the Panhandle, 70s. But look at that, and it's going to even be hotter tomorrow. That's the weather today. Severe weather outlook, Miss Sherry Brown. Good morning. Mike Soul, morning. Good morning, Jade. David Berryhill, what's up, buddy? David Berryhill, I was looking at my old camera, thinking of you since you're up there in the mountains. I have some snow video that I ran across from my old Android. I forgot that I used to share or do all my editing on my other phone, and I needed it today to get my Apple code. But check this out, some of these snow videos, I forgot I even did them. If I can find them, here we go. This is a really good one here. I might post it later today, but this was my drone flying over the Sky Bridge. That was a crazy video. And then there's some more Gatlinburg snow. I got a better drone now. But yeah, it was good memories looking back at seeing that on my phone. Thought of heading up there. Oh. And of course, Shelly's Steve, their veteran, correct? Right? So yeah, we have a lot of veteran families. All right, storms looking ahead. Severe weather today, only light green. Remember, if you ever get confused on these colors, you can go to my site here, and right here is the codes for what those mean. And light green is basically not very strong, nothing organized, but could see some scattered storms possibly across upper Gulf and Texas. Tomorrow, Saturday, just a little bitty action down here on the coastal parts of Texas, a little bit up in the Pacific Northwest. And on Saturday, that's Saturday. Why do I have Saturday still up? Oh my goodness, I closed the wrong window. Oh well, Sunday is nothing. Here's your rainfall map. This is 7 days. This is Friday morning to Friday next Friday morning. We're seeing a broader area now of potential rain. Anything red is actually 2 to 3 to 4 inches of rain. We could see some pockets of 5, 6, 7 inches of rain as our front flattens out. So this is rainfall expected through the week, and you know we need it, man. In Louisiana, Mississippi, they're in a tremendous drought right now, so they would very much welcome this rain. Very bad drought in Mississippi and Louisiana right now. But some of the totals, I'm going to look a little deeper here in a second. Some of the totals in Texas and along Louisiana could even be really high. We'll look at all the models here in a little bit. But that's a general picture. Overall, long range, day 3, day 7, the only thing showing up hazard-wise is heavy rain, California. Now, yesterday I talked about it. There are signs of some pretty heavy rains out in California coming. Flooding rains, possibly. Some of the models are very aggressive. Mike Sherman is our California connection. I think that was his name, right? Anyway, so there could be some pretty serious flooding out west. Alaska's got all kinds of things going on. Snow, winds, and rain. So that's it, long range. The other thing that came out yesterday, in case you didn't hear about it, once a month they do the ENSO predictions for next year, and this is your official November update. Red is El Nino, and neutral is gray, and blue is La Nina. So they are expecting a strong, and we are officially in strong El Nino now, by the way. The temperatures have climbed out in the Pacific to the point where now we are officially in a strong El Nino. We've shown a ton of stuff about what that means for the South, in Florida especially, so we'll save that for another day. But strong El Nino is here. Could be some rocky, stormy weather for the South this winter. But El Nino is expected to remain very confident all the way to March, April, May, June. And then once we get to April, May, June, July, as we enter summer, it's expected to flip to neutral. June, July, August is the last little chart here. And you can see likelihood of neutral now really outweighing El Nino. So that's it. As we enter the hurricane season next year, we could be in a neutral pattern, trending upwards to La Nina, which could mean an active season next year. So more than likely, if anybody were to do a preseason prediction for 2024, I had to look at what year it was. Time flies. They're probably going to base another above average season based on that. And then we have this. Let's leave it here for a second. Let me put it right there so it looks nice in the screen. That is a new little spot. New little spot on the tropics map. All right. What does this mean? First off, it's only 20%. If you're a weather geek like me, and you were refreshing the NHC graphic at 7 a.m., they have another server issue today, and none of their graphics are working. I don't know what they're... So they have a backup server without graphics, but text. Anyway, it's still 20%, in case you're wondering. So they brought out the crayons, Katie. Yep. The old crayons. Look at that. Crayola. Ooh. It's yellow. Yellow, orange, and red. All right, so let's talk about this. Let's look at all the possibilities. In case you're wondering, too, I post stuff. This is what I posted earlier. If you're new to the site, what this means is when I posted this model, this is the European ensembles from overnight. And they're on weathernerds.org. Matt is the gentleman that owns that site. He's a supporter of our page, and we support him, obviously. The general trend with most models has been a northerly, eastwardly pull, and GFS has been very aggressive. The Euro's starting to show signs that it's trying to develop it. The Canadian signs are developing something. The Icon's developing something. The Canadian or the Korean model's been developing something. This is the general thinking of all the different members of the Euro out towards about 9 days or so. And this is the endpoints on the 9th day. So if you look at 11:20, then this would be the endpoint. So if a system was to be here, it would be 9 or 11:20. If it was going to be here, it'd be 11:20, 11:20, 11:20, 11:20, 11:20. But you know, some are strong. Some are getting into the possible, development stage, and then we actually have some getting very strong, nearing Bermuda. So let's dive deep into all of the models. I can't believe we're talking tropics November 10th, right? Hey, listen. It was only a year ago yesterday that Nicole made landfall as a hurricane in Florida. A year ago yesterday. Thank you, James. Thank you, buddy. Yeah, man. See you Monday. We're excited. Make sure you follow her on Twitter. I try to give her highlights that she can put over there. So... yeah, Panthers and Bears battling for basement. Well, so are the Bucks. Cold Air Scott, 47. That is chilly, buddy. Yeah, it's hard to believe the Nicole was just a year ago. Lots of damage over there. That was a continuation of Ian from... Remember, Ian... obviously was a very strong hurricane on the Florida west coast. It weakened to a tropical storm as it exited the east coast. However, all the damages along the east coast were when it was a tropical storm, basically, Ian. So when Nicole came, it was briefly a hurricane when it made landfall. A lot of people were like, yeah, all that damage was from Ian over there. But you got to remember, tropical storm Ian on the east coast and all that seawall damages and stuff and flooding was from a tropical storm, basically. So Nicole technically, was the same. It was wider, but it had just as much impacts as Ian did on the exit as it did on the approach. So I think people, you see the destruction of Ian on the west coast, and you assume the destruction on the east coast is because it was that strong, but actually it was down to a tropical storm when it exited Florida, and Ian caused a lot of problems on the seawalls and changed the coastline forever, pretty much. Ada, yeah, right, Danica. Ada was 3 years ago. All right. Well, let's jump right into what's cooking here. So we got two little areas we're watching. Our funnel line, let me show you here real quick. So the funnel line is doing this for this week. And as we go forward in time, let me show you here so we can make sure we got the right timestamps up. So basically, here's today's surface map. There's our front. Go tomorrow. Starting to flatten out a little bit. There's still heavy rains down there, but look at the L. Low pressure trying to get going here in the western part of the Gulf. Sunday, old lingering front. Kind of gets stuck, flattens out. Monday, our front pivots and our little low, like a little tail, whoops, whips up. And on Monday, it's a blob of rain, nothing organized showing, but it could bring some unexpected heavy rains Monday, Tuesday, parts of Texas and Louisiana, Mississippi, maybe upper Gulf. So now, does it fizzle? The official forecast says it fizzles. Yeah, right? But the Euro's showing a little bit more energy into Florida and even riding up the East Coast. So I'm going to show you that. But basically, we're watching this little area of low pressure, and then we're watching down here. So let's just put it on precipitation mode. Makes it life easier. All right, so this is tropicaltidbits.com. You're welcome, Miss Katie. What's up, Sandy Moxley? Ocean City. Ocean City. Cool. All right. And the GFS, obviously, like I said, it's been the most aggressive. Let's just fast forward it a little bit. And there you go. There's basically that big old surge of moisture Monday in the Texas, Louisiana. Down here, nothing's really developed yet, but now it starts to. And the GFS still shows a 995 system smack dab over top of Jamaica into next week. Could start as early as Wednesday, the heavy rains. Thursday, Bahamas, Friday, and close to Bermuda on Sunday. 975. That's pretty darn, low pressure. Obviously, it's a northeast movement. So, pretty consistent with that. The Euro. Let's show you what the Euro's got cooking. We're going to see that big blob here. This is Monday blob right here. This is Monday Gulf blob in the Western Gulf, Texas, Louisiana. It kind of goes up a little bit. Notice what it does, though. It actually kind of lingers in a little frontal line, sets up, and might bring some rain next Thursday-ish. And watch this little low tighten up on the East Coast. And it actually kind of skirts on by the East Coast, 1002, 1001. So that's, showing. I shared it this morning. Then we go out 10 days, and here's the Euro, sloppy low pressure area down here in the Caribbean. Not doing much with our development on this run. Lowering pressures, yes. But kind of pulls up and picks up with this little guy. So that's an interesting little model run. Yesterday's 12Z. There's our Texas blob on Monday, Tuesday. And it was a little more organized yesterday. The 12Z run, 1003 millibar over Jamaica over the weekend. The Canadian model, another one showing the big old blob here, Monday, Tuesday, Texas, Louisiana blob. Might reach Florida. See, this is interesting. I'm telling you now, this is signs of change in the models. The Euro and the Canadian are both showing something Thursday, Friday-ish, setting up. I think Reed and some other storm chasers were talking about a big dip in the jet that might actually bring a little fuel down to maybe make a frontal line kind of a system. But this is a possibility. This Thursday could actually reach Florida there. We'll see. There's the Canadian. And here is the Euro on Thursday morning. So Thursday morning on the Euro. Thursday on the Canadian. And then here's the Canadian. Let's see if it does anything down here. And it's a broad low. Heading off northeast there. So this would be Friday, Saturday, right smack dab. So I think Jamaica, Ian, y'all are going to get a lot of rain no matter what. This thing sits down there and look at this precipitable water map here, showing the amount of moisture down there right now. This is a ton of moisture. It's not moist. It's very moist. I was thinking of some silly shirts, just like one-liners. We should just do a shirt called Moist. But very moist. Not like moist, but very moist. The icon showing the big old Texas blob on Monday here. And it brings it up Monday, Tuesday. And does a little bit of development down here, you know, on Thursday, Friday. 997. So, you know, definitely seeing all four models showing low pressure down here the end of this week. Very, 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 very possible. Looking at things, you know, with water temperatures, you know, they're still warm. Still in the middle 80s. And still in the 80s in the Bahamas. So anything that goes this way can definitely keep them and even strengthen. 79 is possible. They say 80, but like we showed with Hurricane Kate in 1985, Hurricane Kate strengthened from a 2 to a 3, and the water temperatures were under 80 degrees. Plenty of ocean heat content. This has not been talked about a lot, but plenty of water that's warm below the surface. And our anomaly map showing the water temperatures are 2 to 3 degrees still above normal for this time of year. So very likely that something's going to try to fester down there as we have energy already set in place. Ensembles. Let's take a look at those. What's up, Tropical Troubles? What's up, Brian? Mucho moist. Got juice? Oh, I like that. How about spinach? I like moist blobs. They're yuck, right? Hey, Keisha, how you doing down there? Yeah, we got some storms brewing for you. Maya, yeah, the Icon is a really good model. I love the Icon model. Correct, Bob. Yeah, so far the upper Gulf low is basically just... Now listen. Oh, I'm glad it came on. So yesterday, everybody said they heard a weird noise. Do you hear it? Did you hear it? Now do you hear it? Because of the dang time change that everybody loves, the fish tank that normally went on at 10:52 is now coming on at 9:52. So I'm curious if the microphone picks up the timer on the fish tank. If you hear something. It's the fishies. I hate the thing. I love my fish tank. I just don't like the fish pump noise. So if you hear anything new now, anyway. All right. Hi, let's look at ensembles. I like ensembles. I cannot lie. Let's take a look at the latest Euros. Showing you the basic thinking here. Basic thinking on the Euros. Now it's deceiving because a couple of these are picking up our low from this week, but you can see the majority of them are off to the northeast. If anything were to get going, very unlikely anything hits Florida on the Euro. The GFS ensembles for the Gulf Caribbean here. And I'm sure it's pretty aggressive. Yeah, they're pretty aggressive. You got one Lone Ranger up here, 2 Lone Rangers, but quite a few are showing it strengthened quite a bit. So definitely keeping an eye on this in the Caribbean first. For sure. And there are a couple of them going north, but It's not an invest yet, so we don't have any real spaghetti models yet. Let's look at the UK and the Korean models. UK Met. It doesn't go out too far, but it only goes out to Thursday. So the interesting thing to show here in the UK is what the Canadian and the Euro is showing is the possibility that the tail end of our front actually develops into some storm system and brings some action to Florida. Now the UK is showing that here with these lowering pressure, and you're starting to see a little dot show up down here next Thursday, indicating the NHC spot that they got highlighted. We'll get back to that in a second. We'll look at the Korean model, and it's showing a general lowering pressures here Thursday. It's interesting, man. I have a feeling things are changing, and we're going to see a Gulf blob reaching Florida into next week. And here is the beginning signs of our low next week on the Korean model. It was a little more aggressive yesterday, I think. No, I didn't even show it yesterday, but you get the idea. Back to the UK, though. Let's take a look. Are there any good rain maps on this map? I don't even know if we have anything. Look at 850 winds. Very interesting graphic here. Holy moly. What the heck is going on here? Alright, let's get zooming in a little better here. UK, US. Oh, I can't really get any closer to the Gulf. Well, yeah, we can. We can go to Central America, Gulf of Mexico. 850 winds. Alright, look what the UK is doing. Here's our tail end of our front. This is already predicted to be a lot of rain up here for coastal areas. But watch what happens with the UK. A very broad low area, but what this could mean is storms and wind. So that's very interesting. Thursday, look here from the UK. Very interesting. Euro's kind of showing the same thing. It pulls it a little more north. This is Tuesday. The main spin is now inland, but it also shows this little frontal line trying to develop, which could bring some storms for sure. This is Thursday. Very interesting. So we might have a little weather to track next week here across the eastern part of the Gulf, Wednesday and Thursday. I like looking ahead with you all. Precipitation on the UK, let's see. Oh, it doesn't really show up. We can go back to what the UK is showing as far as rains go next week. And you can see that it's pretty much showing Florida with rain, which means storms. So I think our daily brew has discovered Eastern Gulf blob alert possibly brewing for next weekend. No, not weekend. Nope. Take that back. The end of next week, Wednesday, Thursday. So that, here's Wednesday, Thursday coming in on the Euro. Holy cow, where'd that come from? Boof. That's Thursday morning. Look at that. That's just infrared water vapor. But I'm getting excited because we actually have something to maybe watch for. What unpredictability. But there's Thursday. Wow. And it could, the Euro showed that actually on the East Coast. So this is not just here. Let me show you. Oh, we can't really do it here. But you get the idea. Whatever happens could race itself up along the East Coast next week. So wow, we're gonna keep an eye on that possibility of some storms. Could happen. That's our El Nino taking shape. Let's see what Reed was talking about. Reed was talking about there's a little cutoff low show, I'm telling you. I don't know what he was talking about. I think this is more what he was talking about, but it's a little higher today. But that's your secondary jet stream. There's kind of your product of El Nino next week. Kind of have a jet and a jet. That's kind of what El Nino is supposed to look like. You have this subtropical jet stream that pumps in from the Pacific. Then you have your polar jet way up north. So this is your jet stream next week, kind of showing you we could have some potential storms because the jet stream is going to be very unstable into Florida. But there's nothing official on that, so let's not hype it up any more than I've already done. Furman. I shared their... Oh, look at that. I got a Veterans Day sale tomorrow. Hey, don't tell them, but you can get a better deal with our code. That's our little secret. But they do a lot for the storm community. They do a lot for veterans. We love them. I shared my little video yesterday of them. For sure. Big shout out to my boys at Done Right Roofing. Getting ready to do some fun stuff with them. Here's another cool idea for Christmas, by the way. This is our buddies from Tiger Dam. They make a home flood kit that is uses water instead of sandbags. And the reviews that people, when I post this, the people that buy them love them. I've had so many people, especially on X. So you can get it on Amazon. I mean, if you're looking for something tricky to give somebody for Christmas with El Nino coming, hey, listen, did you know that during strong El Nino, Florida almost has double the flooding events than they do any other time of neutral La Nina, moderate El Nino. During strong El Nino events, like Florida flood events are like double, almost triple what they are normally. I know everybody doesn't believe it. But we're supposed to get rain one day. If you're wondering what the graphic situation is like I said, National... Oh, they got it up now. It's back. So here's your official 7 a.m. graphic. 20%. All they say is this. Broad area low pressure could form in the Caribbean. Some development thereafter. While it moves little. It says while it moves little. I think that's funny. I'm easily amused. Yeah, Bob Daly. I know everybody was sharing this one. The 00Z GFS. The GFS has become a terrible model. It began last year, this year. I don't know. All the money that they dumped into it, they need to just go back to the basics. Here's what the GFS did last night. There's a 973 smack dab over Jamaica. Not anything to laugh about. But then it stops and it goes to Florida. 384 days out. That would be right around Thanksgiving. So we laugh at the GFS. I could share that. Oh my God, I could share that. I love the comments. People think that sharing things is to get likes. I'm way past that stage of needing to get likes. But if we wanted to get likes, we could share this model here. Let's do this. What would look super duper bad. Let's post this one. Lance with the moist. There we go. Let's post that one. Lance with the $10 moist donation. DGB, good to see you. Have a great weekend. Thanks for watching over on YouTube. Kenneth James, yep. So we could post that one. That would be the 25th of November. Holy cow! I would get everybody so mad at me. So we won't. Putting shutters up and eating turkey. Does anybody eat stuffing more than once a year? So our funny story is when I met Julie, she made dinner back in probably 1999. She made stuffing, and I was like, who eats stuffing on non-Thanksgiving days? Up to that point, I've never had Thanksgiving or a stuffing other than Thanksgiving. And I felt like I was cheating on Thanksgiving by eating stuffing during a non-Thanksgiving dinner. And thinking back to this year, we haven't had stuffing once. It's a yearly tradition. Oh, smoke and fog, Harold. There's a little bit of fog, nothing too bad. They had a little bit of advisories in the Panhandle this morning, but not like we saw a couple of days ago. So it's not too bad. I'm not really getting any yellows. I mean, yellows aren't too bad. There are a ton of fires going on. I know I shared this a lot. We have a lot of fires going on in the mountains. So they need the rain terribly. I don't know if they're in the forecast to get any or anything or not. Here's 5-day rains, not much. You can go to zoom.earth here and you can see the current fires. There's quite a few fires. Like, look at all these fires. Like, a lot of fires. These are all fires. Kentucky, West Virginia, Carolinas, into Georgia. So there's quite a few. I don't know if we can get any satellite. I shared this one yesterday because there wasn't any clouds, so you can see the wind flow. But this is actually satellite 2 days ago, showing you the smoke, which is amazing on satellite. Look at these fires. The wind obviously coming up from the south. Can't do anything today because it's too cloudy out there. What else can we chit chat about? Anything else? WestCon, you have stuffing twice a year. There you go. Your wife's Canadian. Cool. Does she like the cold weather? Blackberry Smoke, that's a good concert. Those are some Southern rockers. I like them. R.E. Racy. Everybody, what is up? We post food now. Everybody gets hungry, right? We were talking about shrimp boil yesterday. Now we're talking about like stuffing and pork chops, and I can feel myself getting bigger. Loretta Reed, you're welcome. Thank you. Tracy had stuffing last night. I'm kind of like some stuffing right now. I'm kind of craving a Publix sub right now. I don't know why. Something about the mayonnaise on the Publix sub. Anyway, all right, we'll try to keep it short. I didn't mean to go this long, actually. Hey, look for my video later today. I'm going to have a tornado video up from Idalia. Just casually watching tropics. More interested in next week what's brewing in the Gulf as far as any Gulf blobs go. I'm going to wait for the 12Z models to run and post on it. So that could be tricky next week. We might see some Wednesday, Thursday-ish storms for the southeast and Florida especially. That's kind of going out on a limb, but starting to see some of those signs that we could see that for next week. And there you go. All right. We'll close it out on our good buddies at Lodging Solutions. These are some cool dudes, man. They've been long-time supporters of ours. They set up mobile tent cities, basically. Anytime there's a natural disaster like a hurricane or fire, specifically for linemen. So they build these massive tent cities that have beds, bathrooms, kitchens. They cook for thousands of people a couple times a day. And a lot of our lineman companies, including Tammy Kent from OSR, they good friends with them, and they'll call them up, say, hey, we need 2,000 beds. And they set up basically overnight. And that's where all the linemen go. A lot of folks, I didn't know this either, but when there's a hurricane, let's say, all the linemen show up. They don't have anywhere to sleep. Who's going to feed them? Right? You never think about stuff like that. So these guys come in and do an amazing job setting up these portable bathrooms. And what's funny, I thought, was they had their bathrooms. I saw their bathrooms at the Gulf Coast Jam. They actually set up their at events, and I'm like, hey, I know them guys. But anyway, so it's Scoop, man. I got juice. Shelly, you got to give me the best comment. So I do. We got to come up with something funny. Turkey cranberry cheddar. Oh my God, what are you talking about? What is that? Oh, turkey cranberry cheddar. I can't. Oh my God. Tropical Troubles, it's raining up there? Are you kidding me? Oh yeah, you're more in the upper Gulf, right? So you get a little more you're getting action. You're gonna get a few rounds throughout the week here. Renee, have a great weekend. Have a great day, Christina. David saw his first ABC. Awesome. Where are you, down in Florida, David, I assume? Harold brought Doritos. Cajun shrimp broil. Brad, I'm telling you, man. Gouda cheese. Oh, Gouda cheese. There is a... I think it's a smoked turkey sub at Publix where they put the Gouda cheese on it. It's good. Gouda cheese is good. Good Gouda cheese. All right. Well, I'm going to work on my video here. We got to do some packing, wait for the 12Z models. Weather in a nutshell, nothing wintry coming. Let's look at a winter map, just kind of give an idea. We might be getting close to Thanksgiving time to see if anybody's going to get any snow that's doing any traveling. So let's look 24-hour snowfall, go out 10 days. This is all the way to the 20th. But 10-day total snowfall, almost nothing. Just a trace here and there. This is looking out the next 10 days. I know long range does not look good for temperatures for Thanksgiving time. Your 14-day outlook goes to the 23rd. Ugh. When is Thanksgiving? Is it around the 23rd, isn't it? It's graceful. Yeah, I've seen the big skeletons that they do that. I put mine away, so I got bones put away. So there you go, Thanksgiving, 23rd. So looking towards Thanksgiving, most of the country is staying hot. Could change, always does. Do 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 do. All right. Veterans Day weekend, Harold. Yep. We'll think of all the great veterans out there, and think of the redneck storm chaser that's got the American flag on it. That's me and Louie in the truck chasing storms. America. And we get to enjoy a weekend of softball. Thanks to all of our great service men and ladies, men and women through the years, and get to enjoy a beautiful weekend. And all the Marines, correct, Mr. Brad. I'm very lucky. I live next to... I got the best home security of anybody on the planet. I have 2 Marines. They're ex-Marines. I have one on both sides of our house. So I'm in good company. And the best thing is they put up with my shenanigans. So that's always good. All right, well, have a great weekend, everybody. We'll be live Monday. I'll be posting weather all weekend long. And if this thing becomes an invest, probably not though, because they're anticipating it to form. There's really nothing down there right now, so and then they'll have to deem it an invest before we get any real spaghetti models. But it's just a very moist environment down there, a lot of moisture, and that's what it takes sometimes. So we will see. All right. Have a great one. Shelly, have a great weekend. We'll see you on Monday. All right. Cheers.